So we're just at Triple S here getting the Datsun looked at. Mechanically, there were some things wrong with it. Getting them to take a look at it just to see what it could be. And depending on how much it's going to cost, we might be keeping the car, we might be selling it. I don't know yet. So they're working on it, and then we'll see what happens. And all of these Nissans are just, I'd love me an R32. Absolutely love one. That one looks pretty sick. Subaru. We've seen way too many of those. That's got potential. I really like that 300 ZX. That looks really sick, especially with that color. Beautiful S15 over there. That's a full-on drift car. Complete drift spec. Looks sick. This poor thing got in an accident, so they were trying to straighten out the chassis there. It's quite nice though. I love this Recaro seat. That looks sick. And yeah, just R32s for days. Look at these things. No idea what this is, but this thing is sick. Look at that. That's cool. That 510 is pretty sick. I love that color. That's almost like the same color from Butters. I forgot his name. He has a Z store. It's not coming to me, but that's sick. I really like that. Super cool. Should I trade the Datsun and sell it and get one of these? Comments down below. All right, we're leaving Triple S. We're gonna head home. We got some news and some ideas, and we're gonna have to make up our mind on what we do here. It's kind of good news, kind of bad news, mostly bad news. I'll break it to you guys. Okay, so the fate of the Datsun is going to rest, I think, with the compression test. Because when I took it to Triple S, they actually said overall the car is in really good shape, but they said it could be several issues. So let's get into that. So here's the thing. When they took a look at it, they said it could be several things. We are inclined to think it could be fuel related, but essentially what we're going to start off with doing is we ordered a new distributor, although this one does look new-ish. It looks newish. Either way, we ordered a new distributor and rotor there, or cap, whatever the heck that thing is called. So we're going to get that swapped out and see if that's going to change. I once adjusted the timing on this engine, and I had it over 10 degrees over top dead center from what I saw. But it's extremely difficult to notice the timing mark on the bottom there. And what they're going to do is they're just going to check the mechanical timing when I bring it back to Triple S next week. But that might not be needed. And the reason I say that is I'm going to do a compression test. I've never checked compression on it. I don't know the status of its health. So what I'm going to do, I just drove the car. Everything's warm. I'm going to do a compression test on all 6 cylinders. If everything comes out healthy and consistent, then we can say at this point that the motor is in good shape, and it could be something else. It could be that we have a clogged fuel injector because they do look a little older. It could be timing related. I'm not sure, but let's eliminate the easier things. And I think that doing a compression test is probably the best option because I don't want to throw money at it and then find out that, oh, actually your engine is kind of toast. So let's get doing that. This is the first reading I got. We got about 140 on the first cylinder. Let's go through the rest. I feel like I have to crank it up a little too much, or a couple too many times, but here we are again at about the same. Get out of there. Again, 140. What we got here? Again, give or take 140. That's pretty consistent for the first 3, last 3. Come on, baby. Ooh, baby, 150. I still think that that's a little low. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be at about 160, 170. So we're a little bit low, but we've seemed to got some consistency, which is important. So last two, come on, let's get some consistent results here. Okay. So we got number 5. Whee! That is too much right there. Number 5, that is too much. We've got 150 for pretty much, or 145 for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then number 5 comes along and says, Alex, suck my ass. Okay. I did it again, and this is what we get. Now we're getting 140. Honestly, this is why you should leave everything to trained professionals who know what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, now this is fine. This is reading 140 now. Actually, in fact, feel free to hose me in the comments section, because you're probably looking at this and being like, buddy, the fact that you own one of these cars and you have this little mechanical knowledge is sickening. It's sickening, and you're probably right. It's obviously not 150. It's a little bit lower than the other 3 cylinders, but that right there is not bad. Drum roll, number 6. Number 6 reads about the same as number 5. We got about that would be about 130-ish, 135. I think that's a little bit beyond what's acceptable for a spread, essentially, in compression, because we got about 145, 145-ish, very, very close in readings there, and then the last 2 I think it was very high 130s, low 140s, and then this one, obviously, I think just reading based off of that would be about 130, 135. So results, I think, are not the worst. I don't think. Now's a good time to talk about this. So, bearing those numbers in mind, what should I do with the car then? I don't think those are the most unhealthy numbers. I could be wrong again, especially to all the Datsun gurus that watch my channel. I could be wrong. This could be a little too low for this engine, but at least these aren't catastrophically low. The spread between the last 2 cylinders, obviously, that's not ideal. What should I do now? In your opinion, and the opinion of lots of my subscribers who are watching, should I keep this car and spend, several grand fixing it and getting it running where it should be, or should I just say, you know what, the market on these cars are pretty high right now. They do fetch quite good money, and based on the condition of my Z as well, and based on what lots of the tech said at Triple S, this car is in really good shape. Should I sell it? Should I sell it and get something different? I've always wanted, for example, to get an S chassis, a Nissan S chassis, whether it's an S13, 14, 15. Those would be really cool to have. Should I maybe try and get in that market now? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Should I keep this car, or should I consider maybe selling it and getting something a little bit more modern, something completely different, like maybe a Skyline R32, R33, just like all of the ones we saw at Triple S. I'd love to know your opinions on that, so leave a comment section down below. Leave a comment down below. So now my question is this: do I end up keeping this car, or do I sell it? I don't know yet. It's, like I said, this car's in really good shape, but there's certain things about it that don't drive all that well, that don't feel the way they should. And it's mostly engine related. Like the experience when you go around turns obviously feels quite nice. That's not a problem. Looks wise, the car is not too bad either. I mean, it's a nice silver. The paint's in pretty damn good shape. Even though obviously this isn't the original paint, it's been repainted at least once in its life. But my thing is, I can't really enjoy the car to its fullest potential. And that mostly comes down to the mechanical issues that it's experiencing at the moment. So I'd also like to get your opinion. Should I end up keeping the car, or should I sell the car? Because if I do sell it, and sell it now, I will get some good money for it, especially in the condition that it's in. The thing that really brings the value of this car down would be the engine, because the engine does need work. But for what the car is, it's a nice buy. Finding an S30 chassis that is in good shape, that isn't rusted to the nth degree, you know, whose floors are in good condition, that don't need to be redone, whose bodywork is in nice shape, that doesn't have holes along the fender well or the cowl or anything like that, is hard to find nowadays with these Datsuns, and it's becoming the case more and more, especially the older they get. So my question for you guys is this: should I end up keeping the car? The compression isn't where we want it to be. Obviously we wanted it to be a little bit higher, and the car does not feel the way it should be. Now we're getting it looked at again next week. We're going to change some parts to see if we can fix that. But at the end of the day, if this is going to cost $3,000-$4,000 to get it to be running where it should be, I'm not sure I'm wanting to put that much money into it. Because at the end of the day, I could just go and sell this car and get something completely different, and I could get good money for that too. So my options actually are pretty open. Like, there are some good cars out there that I could get if I were to get rid of the Datsun here. So I'd love to get your opinion on this. But that said, guys, please leave a thumbs up. It helps the channel out a lot. And also let me know what your thoughts are on the Datsun. Keep it, sell it, throw money at it, walk away from it. I'd love to hear your opinions, because apparently the YouTube community's opinions and thoughts are extremely important nowadays. So anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back and watching my videos on a constant basis. It means a lot, and we'll be seeing you guys very shortly. Catch you later.